Oh. welcome to Marietta High School for the UPSL Georgia Conference Premier Division final championship match between Potros FC and UMA FC.
First 5 minutes, most intensity, most focus, anything we have the whole game. We cannot afford anything early. We cannot afford anything stupid. Stay focused, stay locked in, be ready for what's to come.
Cross in. Uranga gets his head to it. The second ball. Cross to the back post, Paul.
Whoa, and Paul was there just waiting for it.
All right, 45 minutes, give or take, and some. Get out of your heads. Have fun. Enjoy the ball, share the ball, get the ball forward, goal scoring opportunity. Ball goes forward, dudes under store, and everybody got it. That's simple. Transition back, you got horses on the bench ready to help you. Ready to go. Three boys.
He must have picked for it. Isn't that fancy for the base? Has one. Oh, and an absolute test for the keeper there. The keeper's still in it.
Taken down. Penalty. Penalty.
Big game for your Potros. Ladies and gentlemen, an extra time, a penalty for Potros as McCuner was able to get the through and got past, but was ultimately brought down in the back line.
Manuel Carrillo gonna step up to take it.
And this is going to be absolutely crucial here. The press box has gotten at least 10 degrees warmer here. He's ready. Bro, Carrillo.
Carrillo. Goal! We gotta wait. Game is not over. UMA gonna send everyone forward. Put back in by UMA. To the back post. Back across. Barrel there. An angle clears. It's gonna be a corner. Was in his own half. Does not offside. And there's the final whistle. Potros are your champions. Are moving on to the national playoff. They will face the winner of the Mid-Atlantic Conference and Potros FC, champions of the 2025 spring UPSL Georgia Conference season playoffs. Moving on, trying to go all the way for the national playoff. An amazing game from UMA, and they will move on. The journey continues for Potros FC. Hello and welcome to Marietta High School. We're back again to bring you the national playoffs. This is where things get serious. Both of these teams looking to try to find their way into the national finals in the beginning of August, looking to go all the way to win that national championship. I'm Christopher Odanga alongside Richard Carbajal here to bring you the match on the Potros FC YouTube channel. How are you doing today, Richard?
Doing great. Happy once again to be in front of this team once again preparing for another battle. This is one of the first times Potros have had the honor of being in this position, so I definitely think we have ourselves an exciting game. It's also a beautiful day for football. So as a whole, just ecstatic to be here and extremely happy to present this to all the fans at home. How are you feeling today, Chris?
I'm feeling really great as well. We're so happy to be able to bring you this match here at home. We originally thought this game was going to be played at a neutral location. The news came in midweek that the team with the better record would be hosting, and it happened to be us by just a margin. When you look at the records, we'll get into all of that as this game gets set up. But Asheville FC, champions of the Mid-Atlantic Division, traveling down to Marietta, Georgia from Asheville, North Carolina to take on Potros FC, champions of the Georgia Division. We'll be back in just a minute after the playing of the national anthem. Please stand and raise the American flag for the national anthem. So moments away from kickoff, we're getting ready here in Marietta High School at Marietta, Georgia. Potros FC taking on Asheville FC. We will look at the starting lineups real quick. For starting with the away team, Asheville. Their starting lineup will be Noel Diaz, Ruben Diaz, Israel Garcia, Sean Green, Connor Hart, Brandon King, Lawson Pope, Enrique Sosa, Adam Spencer, Zelko Stanojevic, and Diego Thompson. We did not get a positional lineup, so we will work that out as the game goes on. We did get numbers, so we will be able to call out for all of the fans from Asheville who did not travel today, who are tuning in to see this match. For Potros FC, starting lineup, Cameron Verona starts in goal, a very familiar back line, no changes there. Evan Greenberg, Quasi Paul, Omar Barrow, and John Engel. 2 changes in the midfield. Brendan Fry and Latrell Bradshaw come into the midfield. They did not start in the match against UMA FC last week. Benjamin Oranga continues in the midfield. And then up top, 1 change. Sean McKeever comes back to the starting lineup, replacing Pedro Lima, and Nazario Mbomio and Mark Dadinho, also starting. They were the 2 top scorers of the season.
So, Chris, as we ready up for this match here, how are you feeling about the team? What are you hoping to see here? What is to be expected, or at least anticipated, from this match?
Well, we don't know too much about Asheville FC coming from a different conference, but we did see their game last weekend against AC Raleigh, which they won in extra time on a corner kick goal. AC Raleigh then missed a penalty a few minutes ago, but that game from the start was very aggressive. Teams flying into tackles. It seemed like every couple minutes the game was stopped because of a altercation, either between the bench or the players on the field, or a hard challenge. So we're expecting a physical battle. They don't look as physical as some of the teams that we faced this season, but they definitely play with a lot of heart, with a lot of effort. Nothing that Potros isn't used to, and they'll have to adjust to a new team from a different division, a different conference that might have a different style. And don't forget that this is coming from the conference, the Mid-Atlantic Conference, where the national champions for the last 2 seasons came out of.
Correct.
They actually barely were behind Soda City, who won the championship the last 2 years. They finished second behind them in the Mid-Atlantic South Conference. And then Soda City was eliminated in the semifinal of the conference playoffs to AC Raleigh, who this team then defeats. So it's going to be a tough battle for sure.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with everything that you just said. More or less, this is just going to boil down to who wants it more. And as we get a closer look here, we are preparing for the first whistle of the match.
Yep, referee Promise Adebayo Ige starting today
And
alongside
we're off.
Thomas Brigman and Gunwan Park on the assistant referees. The fourth official is Joey Widener. Asheville getting us kicked off here. Quickly trying to look to go forward. Potros in all white. Now in possession. Asheville quickly trying to win it back. But the ball comes to the middle to Fry. Fry playing it through to Dadinho. Dadinho with a
pass
kick ball
from
through.
Dadinho there already.
Nearly finds it. It's right from the kick.
Wow. That's incredible.
And apologies for those at home. It looks like we might have just lost the stream for a second. No, it looks like we're still going. So we're still live. But we are frozen. Okay. I'm not sure if anybody can hear us right now. You can still hear us. Okay, we are going to try to fix the camera right now. Okay, looks like we are back live. Corner kick comes in. Apologies for that. It's a hot day here, and we were experiencing some overheating. We hopefully will not have too many issues throughout this, so apologies for those at home. But nearly a chance there off of the first play of the game. Dadinho playing the ball through.
And what an interesting start to this match. I mean, that was almost incredibly unlucky there. Player trying to pass it back, almost essentially put it in the back of the net. But so far, both teams just looking to find those gaps, find those holes.
So a nervy start for Asheville, but they get the offside, it seems. And apologies, we are still working up some things here. But a quick stop, the fourth official, quick word with the center. So goal kick Bradshaw there. It's going to be interesting. Potros missing one of their starters from last week's championship win, Augusto Del Rio, who was unavailable for this match. Christian Watson back in the lineup, though. He was suspended for that final match. Has been a key player all season since he joined in that final few games. And Asheville now getting some possession. And of course, Potros FC was determined to have the home field advantage. They finished the season with a 9-2-1 record and a 13-match season. Asheville with a 7-2-1 with a 10-game season. So a little bit interesting to compare a 13-game season to a 10-game season. When you look at the average points, it came down to Potros on a 2.304 average, whereas Asheville had a 2.3 flat average.
Oh, wow.
So almost exactly the same average points per game for both of these teams, but Potros with the better goal difference, more goals scored, and we're determined to be the higher seed. Both teams finished second in their respective divisions, and so Potros was the one who has decided to host the match. Asheville having to travel down from Asheville, North Carolina.
And here we have a Potros throw-in. That's Greenberg taking it. Trying to find Mbomio on that one, but heavy pressure there from the defense. Asheville doing a good job so far, closing up the gaps, filling in the holes.
And it looks like the teams are kind of in matching formations. They both look like they're playing in a 4-3-3. Now Asheville looking to try to break the lines, but Bradshaw in the way once again, trying to find Fry's feet, but it was just a little too heavy. And now Asheville come forward again.
Oh, and almost a good pass there from Asheville, but Vero quick to interject there. Passing out to Bradshaw was Angle.
Now a long ball over the top.
And some good footwork there from Asheville, too, as they're able to beat the player there on the right wing.
There's Sosa on the far side trying to get past Greenberg. put a tackle in, and after a little bit of a delay, now called for a foul.
And definitely a dangerous free kick here for Asheville. And as they line up here, Verona lining up a two-man wall there as Asheville line up to take this free kick.
First dangerous opportunity for Asheville.
Yeah, marking here at the 5-minute mark, they're about to take it. And it's good! And it's in the back of the net. That's Asheville absolutely taking advantage of that free kick and putting it in the back of the net. Reaching right up to minute 6.
And that's number 4, Ruben Diaz, who finished that one. A great finish from him. Early lead for Asheville FC here in Marietta.
Yeah, and Potros are definitely going to have to move a little bit more aggressively after this one. I mean, there was a high-quality free kick, cool, calm, and collected. Honestly, upper 90.
Yeah, tough angle to finish it from there. But a great finish nonetheless. Plenty of time to go. Paul getting it back underway, looking to go long to McKeever, but it's going to be too long. And apologies for those at home if you're hearing some choppy audio. We're trying to figure that out here. So bear with us. But here in the 9th minute, Asheville FC 1, Potros FC 0. Long ball over the top by Asheville. Verona gets to it. Headed forward. And now Potros trying to control. Here's Bradshaw coming forward with the ball. Looking for an option. Now plays across to McKeever. McKeever can't control, and he'll go back into possession with Asheville. Here's Spencer. Adam Spencer for Asheville. He's their top scorer of the season. Gets past Angle. Tries to get past Barrow, but Uranga was there to cut it out. And now Barrow will come under possession. Barrow looking to go direct to Mbomio. A tough ball to deal with for the Asheville defender, but that's Brandon King who gets to it. And ball continuing. Here's So we will continue right now without the audio from the field, which seems to be a bit choppy. We'll continue with commentary audio for right now. And play continues on the field. Here's Uranga playing the ball to McKeever. McKeever with the ball over the top. King gets in the way. That's the captain of Asheville right there. And a couple of numbers on the field do not match with what we have on our list, so we'll do the best that we can. Here's Pope, finds the goal scorer Diaz, who tries to switch it over and does well to keep control. And now Asheville really taking control at this point in the game. And again, Asheville coming away with the championship in the Mid-Atlantic. We saw the last 2 seasons. That's where the national champion came out of that. division. It was Soda City FC both times. They drew 1-1 with Soda City during the regular season and have won every game since then, including the playoffs. Last week, a close one. Verona came out to punch and took a hit in the process. No call from the ref. Play continues on. Here's Spencer. Uranga puts a good tackle in. No, he does. No, he doesn't, according to the ref. And now another free kick for Asheville from a dangerous position.
Yeah, and that one might even be more dangerous than the first one.
Yeah, and that one early from Greenberg, the call against him was a questionable call. He did hesitate a little bit as the player tried to turn, and Greenberg kind of stood his ground. The player went down. That one as well seems questionable to me. So 2 dangerous opportunities back-to-back from free kicks for calls that were pretty light calls. We'll see if Asheville can take advantage and double their lead in the 12th minute here.
Yeah, definitely a dangerous opportunity here in this free kick, given where he's standing. We know he's able to score from an angle. Now it's just a matter of how he looks straight.
They have a couple other players lined up for it. Sosa is one of them. We'll see who actually takes it, if it will be Diaz or another player. Tried another one, and it got hit off the wall. Sosa's second ball blocked as well.
And that's McKeever racing towards it, but it's going to be an Asheville throw-in once again. So far, Asheville owning quite a bit of the game thus far.
Yeah, they got away with one pretty early on with that near own goal right from the kickoff, just a minute into the game, but then they took advantage of their opportunity to take a lead, and now a free kick called in Potros' favor.
Yeah, and we're definitely going to need to see a little more aggression from Potros, especially given that they've already had Asheville's already been able to put one in the back of the net so early.
But at the same time, here's a chance for McKeever. A great control from him, the ball from Paul, but his second touch let him down there. But the other thing to consider, remember, the semifinal against Georgia Revolution, we were in the same position. So here comes Potros from the throw-in. John Engel coming forward from the left-back position. Plays it to Fry. Fry's first touch back to Engel. Engel with the cross, looking for Dadinho, but can't find him. He was too far behind. A chance for Asheville to break. Still with Asheville, a switch to the end. Verona's off his line and gets to a good header. The second time in this game that he's come out of his box. Sosa picks it up. Tried to play it forward. Greenberg there.
And a great job from Verona there to come out, read the play. Yeah, definitely being down 1-0 is not a strange position to be in for our Potros. So
it's nothing that they're not used to. They've been in this position before. They've been able to find results. Both of these teams coming into the season with only 1 loss in the entire season. So both teams are teams who know how to win, how to get results. We saw that last week with both of these teams in both of their respective finals as well. Potros coming down to a penalty kick in added time, and Asheville going to extra time before they were able to find a goal and win 1-0 as well. And again, got a little bit lucky with a missed penalty from AC Raleigh in that extra time period as well, which would have tied the game. But they were able to manage the game and defend well and avoid... There wasn't really a lot of attacking in that game at all, to be honest. But they managed to come away with the win, which is all that matters at this point. Here's a chance. Header back by Pope. Back to the goalkeeper, Green.
Love the idea there to try to just long ball it to McKeever, see what he can do off of that.
Yeah, we saw it work the previous play. McKeever's second touch was unfortunately too far behind him to make anything of it. But a chance here as Diaz breaks through the pressure and now plays it back to his teammate.
Yeah, and Mbomio wasn't trying to let him go for free off of that one.
And that's Hart in the midfield, laying around. And now Green sends it long. Only as far as Engel, but Engel's second ball picked up by the number 17 in the midfield, which is an unnamed player we don't have on the roster. Here's Spencer. Cuts inside. Plays it across to the middle. Paul gets to it first and picks that one out.
Huge from Paul there. What a step. Absolutely high IQ from him there to just read the play and keep it pushing. Mbomio fighting for the ball as well, too, but unable to grab it off of that one as Asheville defense heads it back to the keep.
Yeah, early on, you can see this back line of Potros. Looks like they're really trying to take advantage of the sun in the face of these Asheville defenders, trying to play those balls on top of their heads, trying to isolate the Potros attack in these 1v1 situations.
Oh, and
Bomio
Mbomio.
gets a touch there, but the second ball dealt with well by the center back of Asheville.
And Asheville moving a little confidently.
Here's Spencer. Looking for the long switch. Greenberg picks it out. And now Dadinho with a chance to try to control, but runs out of space and has to force it forward only to a Nashville player.
So far, Asheville controlling quite a bit out of that midfield as they look to push the ball forward. And that's Uranga. Great job from Uranga there, stepping on the ball. Pushing the back off of the Asheville player, though. I think that's Spencer, yep.
And this is very similar to what we saw pretty much for 120 minutes, really, for last week. Asheville with a lot of aggressive tackles in the midfield, stopping the play, stopping anything from going forward. We'll see if they can do it for the entire game to be able to stop this Potros team, but Greenberg's ball forward goes out of bounds. Ball back into play. Here's Diaz. One thing I noticed about this Asheville team so far is that their midfield is very confident on the ball.
Absolutely agree with that.
Very skillful, technical team.
Oh, and Bradshaw getting a little overtaken there.
Paul with a nice tackle to win the ball back there. Thank you for the comments in the live stream. Number 17 in the midfield is Diego Thompson. So we had him listed as number 8. We have now corrected that. That's number 17. Thank you. For the viewers at home, for tuning in and to this broadcast, we hope to bring you a good presentation. Apologies already for some of the audio issues, but we're trying to adjust and bring you guys the best presentation of this game.
Huge slide there from Greenberg, keeping Asheville out of the back line. But a throw in for Asheville now as they continue to possess the ball. Dadinho with a good little teak there. Gets it back to Paul. Paul looking for options. Playing out the back line is your Potros. Bradshaw. Sending it out to Dadinho. And Dadinho comfortably with Greenberg. So far, a lot of play out of the back line from Potros. Just looking for those gaps, looking for those holes. Barrow looking for Mbomio there. Mbomio tried to get a decent first touch on that one, but was just a little heavy on it. Ends up getting sent back out to Paul, who ultimately sends it back to Verona. Once again, playing out the back line is Potros.
So far, this back line of Brandon King and Connor Hart have been very strong at dealing with these balls. There's another one. Connor Hart gets his head to it. Here's Thompson.
Oh, huge from Bradshaw there to get in the way. Is able to find McKeever. McKeever beats one, beats two. McKeever's still on that ball. Able to find him, Mbomio. Mbomio tried to push it forward, but unfortunately wasn't able to find the through there.
Again, good work from the center backs from Asheville. Potros trying to be patient, trying a different approach. We saw early on they tried to go through the lines. Now they're trying to go over the lines. Now they're trying to go through the lines, it appears, and looking for those runners. A ball forward to Mbomio, a good flick to Dadinho. A chance for Dadinho to get into the box. Still Dadinho. Tries to put it across. Touch by Green to the back post. McKeever going to keep it in play. McKeever tackled off the ball there by Pope. And now the ball forward by Asheville. Angle picks it out, not allowing the counterattack. Uranga getting across to keep possession for Potros. Still Uranga. Now back to Barrow. Potros doing a good spell of possession in these last couple minutes.
No, but huge from the defense there from Pope on Asheville. That was an absolutely crucial slide from him.
Here's a chance for Angle. Tries to get past Pope again, cleaning it up for Asheville, but clears for Potros throw.
That's Angle on the throw-in, looking for McKeever. McKeever trying to flick it through, but ultimately ends up in the keeper's hands. And that's Sean Green.
Green under pressure, forced to go long, and Greenberg there to stop the ball from moving forward. Still in the far corner. Uranga able to get it back. Greenberg's first touch to Dadinho. Dadinho's cross all the way, looking for McKeever, touched by Pope, and Green, with the help of Green, able to get it out for a throw-in and avoid the corner kick. A little bit of a miscommunication there.
Yeah, absolutely. They were definitely a little confused in that situation.
Barrow heads across to Paul. Potros looking like they're gaining a little bit more confidence as this game goes on. Now they just need to find the opportunity. Here's a chance for Brendan Fry. Tried the shot into the hands of Green.
A
first shot of the game for Potros.
Yeah, and certainly a respectable shot there from Fry as well. Not too much of a test on the keeper there, but needless to say.
First real good opportunity from a shot. They did have a nice ball through that nearly ended in an own goal in the first play of the game. Fry, we saw him hit one from there a few weeks ago. Back in the starting lineup after missing out for the last couple of games.
And some good footwork there from Asheville. Crosses it out.
And the switch into the middle is picked up by Thompson. Ball played forward. Paul's going to do well to keep the ball from being controlled. And Greenberg now fouled in the process of getting that ball forward.
Yeah, and it definitely looks like Greenberg and that Asheville player collided rather heavily.
Yeah, Greenberg played the ball out, and the Asheville player was late to it. Will pick up a free kick for his efforts. We'll see as the Asheville player stays down for a little bit.
And he seems to be okay. Glad to see it on both sides, both players up and at him. That was also a great job there from Paul prior to that.
Yeah, you see the experience that he has to be able to get his body in between. He judged the bounce of the ball well, put his body where it needed to be, and
cut off
on
the
that
player.
Yep, exactly, on that touch. Verona with a little bit of a missed touch, but able to clear forward. Finds Fry in the middle. Fry's header, a little bit of a stray, but now on the second attempt gets it to Mbomio's feet. Dadinho with him. Dadinho sees McKeever early, tries to find him on the back post. Only as far as Hart with good composure there.
Yeah,
to be able to
crazy composure from
clear.
Hart there, absolutely.
Oh, a chance here for McKeever. Heads to Mbomio, back to McKeever, but Mbomio was in an offside position at the time of that one.
And Asheville was thinking about taking it quick, but unable to. Going to leave it to the keep, Sean Green.
A warm and humid day today here in Marietta. There were some storms that came through around the area. Didn't really come through here early before kickoff. Left it feeling a bit steamy, but about 90 degrees at kickoff.
Barrow.
Expect that the temperatures will drop as the game goes on. A nice tackle there from Barrow. Here's Thompson.
Asheville still on the push. Moving forward is Asheville. Trying to get fancy with it in the box, but Angle refusing to be beaten so easily. McKeever drops back to help as well, but this is going to ultimately result in an Asheville corner.
Yeah, nice work there from the number 19, Israel Garcia. Again, we mentioned it a few minutes ago, but the midfield of Asheville, very technically great so far.
No, so far seeing a lot of confidence on the ball from Asheville, both down from the defense up to the midfield. I mean, in the defense, he was able to dribble the ball a little bit and clear it. So that was a really good job from him there, not letting any nerves get to him on that one.
Garcia over the free kick.
Corner taken. Oh, and that was dangerous there too, as the Asheville player got his feet to it.
Verona able to keep it in play, tries to get it through early. Bomio there. And Bomio with a nice turn, but has pressure from Diaz and manages to get it wide to Fry. Fry now looking for the switch to McKeever. It's going to be a bit too long, and Green will be able to get to that one first. We'll see how the temperatures and the travel for this Asheville team, if it starts to play a key into this game as the game goes on. And Potros actually getting ready to make a change. Looks like Jimmy Lee Noel steps up to the halfway line, potentially going to be a substitute. Here's Dadinho carrying the ball forward. Dadinho still going. Dadinho plays it across to Fry. Fry's shot was blocked. And Oranga fouled on the rebound as he tried to pick that one up. And now a free kick for Potros. From a good angle, a little bit far distance, so we'll see that substitute now.
And let's hope that Uranga is okay off of that one too. He certainly caught a knee to the belly there.
And it'll be Brendan Fry, the one who had that opportunity, who will be coming off.
And so, that was some good development there from the team as well.
Not sure if it's a tactical change or if Fry had an issue. But Brendan Fry replaced in the 27th minute by Jimmy Lee Noel. Noel, one of the top assisters of the season. Only one goal to his name this season. One goal to his name between, and it was actually last season.
And it looks like Udanga's lining up for this one.
Yep.
Let's see if he'll go for a cheeky chip pass or if he's looking for the back of the net.
Uranga shot into the wall. Picked up by Sosa on the rebound.
Heavy counter from Asheville, too, as they just go running to the back. They have numbers, Asheville. Has one. And it's wide. And definitely going to need to see a little bit more aggression from your Potros here, as the score remains 1-0 as we approach minute 28.
They've definitely grown into the game. Started off a little shaky. We're kind of forcing the ball forward. They had some opportunities off of it, but it allowed Asheville to kind of get control and get some possession going. And now Potros kind of back in where they're used to being with some more control, but haven't had the real opportunities yet. Barrow trying to find Mbomio long. King gets to it first. Diaz heading back to Pope. Pope with calm, collective. And Hart now going to give the ball back to Potros.
And that's Quincy Paul receiving the ball there. He's looking for options, probably just going to play it back to Barrow.
I wonder if Asheville studied the film, and I haven't seen a single player even attempt to go after Paul for any of these balls. So
I would have to say I agree with that. But Paul able to find Greenberg on that pass there. Greenberg looking for McKeever. Unfortunately, just a little short. Ended up on Asheville's feet. Asheville on the counter now, though. And they're through with that pass. Flag stays down. Looking for options is Asheville. So far, so good on the Asheville front. Bradshaw, though, able to put his feet in there. Angle clears it out to McKeever. McKeever tried to clear it as well, but ultimately, after hitting off of a Nashville player, Potros throwing. Angle taking it.
Bradshaw and Oranga have been very good in the midfield today.
Absolutely agree with that. Especially on the defensive front, a lot of potential goals that are developments that they stopped by themselves.
Yeah, nothing they could have done about that free kick.
No, nothing at all. Yeah, unfortunate. And quite frankly, I think soft calls as well, but I digress. Spencer unable to grab the ball off the throw in there. Barrow playing it to Kwesi. Kwesi back to Verona. Verona's going to take this. Might ultimately keep it short with Paul. Playing out the back line is the Potros. A lot of wide plays and wide movement here. And that's Jimmy Lee Noel running from the ball for the ball. Unable to get there, though. heavy on the defense. Saves the ball, Asheville. Ball goes back to Bradshaw, though. Bradshaw finds Dadinho. Dadinho beats one. Finds Mbomio. Mbomio with a beautiful flick back to Dadinho. But the Asheville defense reads that and is just certainly in the way. It looks like we'll take a water break too, given the heat index, the humidity of the field. Regulation for players to take a water break. We approach minute 31. How are you feeling this first half so far, Mr. Yura? I completely agree with that statement. Given the perimeter of the game, definitely Potros have going for that to fly. Testing. Uranga receiving the ball off of that play there, but it gets called.
Okay, I think we might have some audio backup for the commentary. Apologies again for those at home. We are dealing with some audio difficulties today, and we will be put it in the comment, but we will be going offline for a few minutes during halftime, so you will not miss any of the action. We will be trying to address this and get it back up for the second half.
But for now, with what we have, we will do the best we can to present this game to you. Huge slide there from Quessy Paul as well. Not allowed. Adding you a quick angle. Angle tries to pass on his. Really a little dirty there from the Asheville player. Quite a bit. Like big here. That's Barrow trying to find the back line. Beaver. Asheville, heavy. Get out. Bradshaw receives the ball, passes it to Greenberg. Greenberg finds Mbomio, and Mbomio tries to beat his man with a cheeky touch. Unfortunate, though. Bradshaw, once again in that midfield position. Heavy pressure, kicks the ball out. Good job from Bradshaw there to track his man. Throw in for Asheville. Greenberg with the turn there, able to find Barrow. Barrow was trying to find Angle on the run there. Unfortunate, though. Unable to reach him. Spencer for Asheville pushing. Adinho refusing to let him pass. Clean on the play there, though. Throwing. Adinho's going to be the one to take it. Nope, he leaves it off to Angle. Greenberg receives the ball there, gets it out to Bradshaw. Bradshaw sending the pass to Jimmy Lee Noel there. Is a PK being called there? I believe we have ourselves a PK. Either that or it might have been just outside the box. Okay. Here. And that's Jimmy Lee Noel, so it actually ended up being right outside of the box. Jimmy Lee Noel sending this dangerous ball in. It's going to be a difficult angle. Sends it in. Oh, and Kwesi Paul was able to get his head on it, but unfortunately sends it too high there.
¡Puerto Rico!
Testing, testing, testing. Testing. Ball in, Asheville still pushing. And Bomio there to clear as far as Dadinho. Looking for an option to support. Gets it wide to Noel. Jimmy Lee Noel. Noel finding the long switch to Greenberg, who found his way forward. A one-time touch to the back post. And Bomio was not aware to it and was not able to get to it on time. So we do have audio back up now. Apologies again. We do have commentary for you once again here.
So far, goal kick being taken out for Asheville. Almost a small mistake there.
And in case you missed it, one change at halftime for Potros, and then Buskirk came in to replace McKeever, which saw Jimmy Lee Noel move forward to the front line. Pressure early on from Potros, trying to get back into this game, but Asheville still showing some strength in the counterattacks.
Greenberg lining up for the throw in here as well. He sends a long one, finds Dadinho, but unfortunate first touch for Dadinho there.
And Dadinho was unmarked, no pressure on him, but Greenberg with a little bit of luck on his side gets it cross in. It's going to go right into the hands of Green. Green going to be looking to try to go straight to the feet of Sosa. Sosa's touch let him down, and now Paul will restart it with Verona.
So far, heavy pressure from both sides of the field. Asheville finding quite a few options, moving, pushing forward towards Verona there, causing for him to work a little bit. But nonetheless, moving forward here is your Potros. That's going to be a throw-in as well. But that is going to be taken by Asheville FC. And Asheville FC playing heavy for the ball there, controlling quite a bit of the possession so far.
They've been doing well to play through the pressure in this game. And there's King forced to go long. Goes all the way to Sosa, who was offside.
That's going to be a free kick for your Potros.
Doesn't look like any changes for Asheville at halftime. 2 changes so far for Potros. Jimmy Lee Noel and Spencer Van Buskirk came into the game. And that's Noel Diaz.
Bit of a misclick there from the Asheville defender.
Oh, chance here if they can win the ball back, but Diaz does well to keep possession.
Yeah, heavy-footed there from Asheville, not letting anything ride. Van Buskirk able to shield the ball out as well. Gets the early throw in, straight to an Asheville player though. Rather unfortunate there. Heavy pressure once again from Van Buskirk though. Van Buskirk playing with his heart out right now. Dadinho finds the pass to Mbomio. Mbomio sends it to the middle. And a beautiful header there from Uranga, but unable to find the back of the net, unfortunately.
Yeah, the diving header was not able to put it on target. May not have had enough on it with the power, but still the pressure continues.
Yeah, love to see the effort here. Good effort from Potros.
An interesting change in tactics from Frankie Ruiz as Uranga and Bradshaw now stepping higher into the midfield with Van Buskirk behind them. So it looks like they're playing almost like a double 8 and no 10. Interesting to see how that will affect this match so far. It allows Bradshaw and Uranga to get forward more for sure. And we saw that one there from Uranga, that diving header. As a result of that. Now the field completely covered in shade will definitely help to give the teams a little bit of a boost. Still pretty warm though, but no longer with the sun playing a factor. Here is Barrow clearing the ball forward and Bomio coming back for it. Flag stayed down, he's still there, but Asheville dealing with it well.
And Asheville heavy on the pressure there as well. I mean, each play.
And another delay from the whistle from the referee, showing some frustration from the Potros players. Seems that he's not making these decisions right away. He's thinking about them for a second. We saw that with the goal, the free kick that ended in the goal as well. He didn't give the free kick right away. He thought about it for a second before calling the foul. It's not something you want to see as a player because you win the ball, you start to change momentum, and then the whistle goes and you have to come back. And there's Stanajovic and Dadinho coming back, playing defense, doing well. Still with Asheville. Here's this goal scorer, Diaz. Tries to get it past, but angle in the way. Bradshaw and Bomio, a little bit miscommunication there, but Bradshaw comes away with it. He's fouled. That will definitely be a card on that play. So free kick for Potros. A yellow card will be shown, I believe, to Hart. Just waiting for the referee to show it. There it is.
Let's hope that Bradshaw's okay off of that one as well. Definitely a heavy tackle there.
Yeah,
but
Bradshaw had the chance to break forward into space, and Connor Hart had no option but to take him down.
Yeah, definitely seemed like a technical foul there. But Greenberg's on the ground as well. Let's hope he's okay.
And yeah, he'll get stretched out for a little bit. I did see him put his hands up, like, to wait before any decisions are made, but it'll be interesting to see what decision could be made there. They do have Okiwiri, who's played in that position, on the bench. They've got Noel, who can also play in that position. They've got Bradshaw, who can play in that position, but that would require a formation switch around. But Greenberg will continue for now.
Yeah, strong from Greenberg to get up there. Let's hope that he's okay. Definitely seems like some cramps or something in that field.
They've also got Brandervan as an option on the bench. So if Greenberg can't continue, it might require Frankie Ruiz to think a little bit about what might be the best option.
Kwesi Paul, though, receiving the ball here, looking for his options as he sends it, trying to find Dadinho, but flag goes up there, unfortunately.
Yeah, and that was a mistake from the assistant referee because I believe he was calling the offside on Noel, and Noel didn't go for the ball. He let it go for Engel, who played it across. So a mistake there from the referees. You expect them to be a little bit more on top of it at this point in the game. And Greenberg now down again. I don't think he'll be able to continue. We'll see what Ruiz does. And it's Watson who's going to get prepared to come in, which will probably see either Noel or Bradshaw move to right back position.
Yeah, and it definitely looks like Greenberg's grabbing his thigh or hammy. Let's hope that he's okay based off of that.
Yeah, it looked like he was getting some stretch in the calves or hamstring area, so doesn't look like he'll continue. Christian Watson will be the one to come in to replace him. They'll have to play down a man in the meantime. Dadinho dropping back quickly to try to cover for the vacant position. Interesting for the referee to allow the play to continue while Greenberg was getting checked out. But now Watson does come in.
And Watson coming in, ready to show off his stuff. And we were unable to see him on the championship match due to a red card.
And apologies, my eyes have actually let me down. That is not Watson who entered the match. That is Danny Morera. Yes, apologies. So Morera will come in and play in the right back position. Directly switch.
Mbomio finds Dadinho, though. Dadinho looking to beat his man with some fancy footwork. So far, so good as Dadinho sends it in.
Oh, shouts for a handball there as the Asheville player cleared it into his teammate, into his mid-range area. The hands all went up at the same time for handball, but nothing was called. A good play there from Dadinho to get into the box. Now wide, Morera looking for his first real involvement. Fouled. And it's going to be a free kick for Potros.
Taken quick by Paul. Sends it to Van Buskirk. Van Buskirk catching wide Engel. Engel trying to beat his man. Unable to, unfortunately, though. Spencer for Asheville pushing forward. Uranga with a perfect slide there.
And he was brought down in the process. No call by the ref. He got in between the player and the player just pulled him down. I think the referee missed that one as well. Play continuing. Van Buskirk wide. Back to Engel. Trying again, but Engel this time going back to Barrow. Barrow thought about the long switch, and now he does go forward to Bradshaw. But Bradshaw's going to be called for a foul. As he was running with Hart, got a little bit entangled, and Hart went down. Take a look at that play from Dadinho. That play for Dadinho that got him into the box and was a shout for a handball. Let's see that one real quick. It definitely looked like it came off the arm there, but he was facing away from the ball, so it makes sense that it would not be given. Noel now with a cross, but it's going to be too close to the keeper. No danger there.
And as we approach the minute 60, this is going to be a goal kick for Asheville. Asheville coming out the back line. Able to get it over, but Barrow gets there. Sends it to Bradshaw. Bradshaw finds Mbomio. Little mistouch there from Mbomio, though.
Van Buskirk picking up the loose ball, though. Coming forward now. Has Noel with him. Tried to play it behind the defender. Noel was not making that run. And so it was easily picked out without danger. And now it's going to be cleared by Pope. And it will go out for a throw-in. Here's Barrow with pressure on him. Engel playing with Van Buskirk. A good spell of possession in the second half for Potros. Asheville looked like they're pretty happy to absorb the pressure. They've done well so far defensively, but Potros will need a little bit more creativity to unlock this. They almost had it a few minutes ago from Dadinho.
Oh, Bradshaw heavy on the touch there.
They've got to be careful not to make any mistakes. Here's a chance. Mbomio flicks onto Noel. Noel trying to get control, but it's just too much of a bounce towards the Asheville player. A chance to release and carry the ball forward. Wide now, Moreta gets his tackle in.
Huge from Moreta there, not allowing the play to develop any more than it has. Asheville throw in. And Bomeo applying some pressure there too in the back line. Finding Spencer.
Noel with a touch, but not able to get control. And now Asheville still under control, still going forward. Here's Spencer. Noel coming back to win it back, and a foul called against him.
And I believe we're going to even see a card if I'm not mistaken. Yep, that's going to be a yellow on Jimmy Lee Noel. Asheville lining up for their free kick.
Ruben Diaz putting it across. Verona's going to pick that one up easily. Looking for a chance to break through, going long. Trying to get it behind for Mbomio. Mbomio controls, bounces. Looks like it came off of his arm, but no call. But now he does commit the foul, though. Ball back into play. Noel Diaz connects with Ruben Diaz. Here's Connor Hart. Hart looking for the long ball, looking for Stanojevic.
Oh, and a mistake there from Kwesi Paul. Asheville on the attack.
Thompson gets it wide, but it's behind Sosa, and it will go out for a throw. And we might see the first change for Asheville now. But the referee did not like where that throw was taken from, so they'll have to go back. And now we will see that change for Asheville.
And we have a substitute for Asheville as well. Now, being allowed to take the throw in is Moreira. Asheville's still on it, but Dadinho able to retrieve that ball. Plays it back to Kwesi Paul's Van Busker. Barrow pushing forward. Sends the ball forward. Finds Jimmy Lee Noel. Mistake there, though.
A handball called against Asheville. I believe that was Mehdi who came in to replace Sosa. That's what we saw. It might be, we might have gotten it wrong, but that ball forward looking for Bradshaw only goes out for a goal kick. We see, but now I see Watson is warming up on the bench. We had similar types of builds in the players between him and Moreta. They also both have the tape on the left wrist.
Yep.
So it was easy to get those two mixed up from up here in the press box.
Definitely an understandable mistake. But Van Buskirk on the ball here sends it to...
It was fouled off the ball, and we'll probably see a card on that one as well. That was very late and from behind, similar to the one that Noel just got a card for.
Correct.
So referee bringing the player over, that's Ruben Diaz.
And that looks like it's just going to be a stern talking to as well. Interesting.
Yeah, an interesting decision. That one was off the ball late, and the one from Noel was at least a challenge for the ball. So a little bit of inconsistencies continuing from the referee. But free kick for Van Buskirk, trying to put it into a dangerous area. Bradshaw's going to get up. He gets through. Oranga cleared off the line, and Bomeo does not make the contact. Does not make the contact. A wasted opportunity there. Uranga did all he could to get that towards goal. Bradshaw did so well to get to it in front of the keeper. Uranga's second header was to the goal, cleared off the line by King, and Bomeo just set up for him and missed the ball. You do not expect that from the Golden Boot of the Georgia Conference.
Yeah, not at all, I would have to say. Unfortunate situation here.
Excellent job from Bradshaw to get his head to that. So tall and bony, just whipping at the ball. He will want that one back for sure. And players stay down from Asheville. I don't know which player that is.
Yeah, I think they had a run in there. The keeper and one of the Asheville players. Let's hope that he's okay.
I believe that's Brandon King, the captain, who's currently down. And Watson now steps up to the half. We'll see who he replaces. This will be the fourth change of the match for Potros. He will be replacing Bradshaw, it looks like. So Christian Watson entering the match, replacing Latrell Bradshaw in the 64th minute. Watson bringing a different dynamic to this match, a little bit more technical and shifty, likes to dribble. Bradshaw more of a physical presence. We saw on that one that just happened as well. His height and ability to challenge for balls is a good help for him. And we see the players from Asheville signaling to the bench. I don't think Brandon King will be able to continue. It looks like they're signaling for a substitute. About 25 minutes to go in this match. Potros still behind by 1-0. We'll try to see who's the Asheville player who will come in to replace Brandon King. Looks like it's going to be number 13. That would be Noah Ballard. Here in the 66th minute, Noah Ballard for Asheville will replace Brandon King, who took a spill. We'll take a look at that one more time as that substitute comes in. It was from the free kick. Van Buskirk took it pretty quickly as soon as the referee whistled, saw an opening, a gap. Bradshaw went up for it, got his head to it. Oranga second ball. King won the header, and it seems like it was something on the landing that bothered him because he headed it off of the line. As he landed, took a bit of a limp, might have landed wrong, maybe his ankle, maybe his knee. We hope it's not a knee, so we hope that he will be okay. But it was a non-contact issue. It was the weight. It was after he headed the ball. When he landed, he was limping off, so we hope that he will be okay, but he has been replaced. It looks like Ruben Diaz will drop into the defense where he was playing, the goal scorer. And Ballard, the entered man, will move into the midfield. Barrow gets his head and Angle trying to connect to the middle. Now does find Noel. Noel forward to Mbomio, flags down for now, and play continues. Hart's able to clear.
Yeah, so far Asheville's defensive line has been pretty good at keeping Mbomio in check.
We'll see if that replacement of their captain, Brandon King, will make any difference in this game, but goal scorer Ruben Diaz, not the Ruben Diaz from Manchester City, but the same name.
Huge slide from Kwesi Paul there. He saw Moreira, wasn't able to get the ball there, so he opted to come out and slide tackle and did a great job there. And that's going to be a dangerous corner here.
Chance there blocked. And another corner. Potros with 4 changes up to this point. Asheville with 2. A chance here for Asheville to double the lead from this corner. Puts a cross in all the way to the back post. Oranga gets his head to it. Only as far as Ballard. Ballard now playing short by Met. Puts it to the back post, blocked. And now the second ball blocked again, and that one will go out for another corner.
So crucial from Paul there. That was looking like a darn good shot. So huge from Paul there to be in the way, not allowing anything to generate from there outside of a corner kick for Asheville. FC. And as they line up here,
This time goes to the front post, dealt with by Barrow. And it'll be a throw in for Asheville.
so far, gonna need to see a lot more aggression from Potros here as we approach the minute 70. Down 1-0 still at this moment. Throw in. It's taken long. It's over Uranga. Kwesi Paul, though, in the way perfectly.
And Bomeo and Watson working together to get this one back under possession for Potros. Moreira with a little bit of a touch behind him. Still Moreira. Fouled and will be a yellow card. This should be a yellow card for number 13 for Asheville, who was holding on to Moreira as he was trying to run forward. There, now the card does come out, and it will be given to Ballard. Cannot get the play underway because a card is being issued. They'll need to wait for the whistle.
Yeah, Moreira fought heavy for that ball. I mean, even understandably got a little frustrated on there too. I mean, the guy was holding him for probably 20 yards. Kwesi Paul's going to be the one to take this free kick. Sends it long, looking for Dadinho. Dadinho gets beat though. Dadinho, though, not being beat so easily. Dadinho's pushing forward, finds Mbomio, and Mbomio tries to get through. And it's going to be a dangerous free kick here. Extremely dangerous free kick position here for your Potros. Honestly, closer and similar to the one given to Asheville. Let's hope if we're able to put one in the back of the net as well.
About 21 yards from the goal, just to the right of the center. Looks like it might be just in line with the post. So Van Buskirk and Watson step over it.
It'll be interesting to see who takes this one.
Looks like Van Buskirk now steps off or goes with the left foot. Watson stepping up for it. Watson into the hands of Green.
Good effort there from Watson, though, nonetheless. Asheville with the goal kick now. Allowing for players to push forward a little bit. Sends it long there. Just past Kwesi. But Kwesi reads the ball really well. He's able to get there. Huge effort from Paul. Asheville on it once again, though. Playing out of this midfield. Crazy slide there. Unable to reach it, though.
Thompson now picks up the ball with his hand. Will get a card. It looks, no, it doesn't. Won't be a card, but it will be a handball called against Thompson as he went down. He grabbed the ball. No foul was given. So handball called against Thompson. Barrow now getting the ball back underway. Looking for Mbomio. Diaz with a great leap there and great timing on it to win that header. Here's Thompson.
Watson heavy on the pressure on Thompson as well. So far, a lot of defensive play. Heavy pressure from Dadinho, trying to force a mistake there, but Asheville cool, calm, and collected.
As they have been since the start of this game.
Through ball, but Barrow reads it. Great job from him there. Dadinho trying to fight for that ball, unable to reach it. Moreira pushes forward though, sends Mbomio. Mbomio sends the ball out to Dadinho. Dadinho's on the run.
Oh, a hard challenge there. That's got to be a card there. That's got to be a card there on Diaz.
Let's hope that Dadinho's okay too. I mean, he took a heavy foul there. Fell really hard too. I mean, borderline got aerial.
Yeah, it seems that's the strategy of this Asheville team, and we mentioned it at the beginning of the game. Last week against AC Raleigh, a very similar approach, very hard, aggressive team. But you don't like to see it, but you know, it's part of the game, part of the strategies. They get beat, they foul. We've seen it throughout this half. That one, yeah, a nasty challenge.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, other referees even might have taken that an extra mile and made it a red card. But needless to say, dangerous opportunity here once again for your Potros as they take this free kick. And Buskirk is definitely going to be looking to send this ball in for a header. And Buskirk takes it, sends it in.
Moreira not able to put it towards goal.
Yeah, perfect ball there to Moreira, but he's unable to control it. So far, some opportunities for Potros, though, as we approach the minute 75 mark. Mistake.
Miscommunication there from Paul and Moreira, but Moreira fouled in the process, so it won't matter.
Ball taken quick. Paul sends it.
Looking for Noel on the far side. Goes to him, but the flag comes up. So Noel looks like he just ventured into an offside position. It ends up wasting an opportunity. Needs to watch that line, and no need to waste chances by being offside. And now Asheville would now be able to send the ball back the other way. 15 minutes remaining. Still have some options off the bench like Pedro Lima and Manuel Carrillo that have not been picked yet, but can be goal threats. Moreira playing the ball forward, fouled, but the ball will continue, and Mbomio now in behind. Mbomio from a tight angle, great tackle there from Ruben Diaz.
Yes.
The goal scorer of the goal, now deputizing at center back due to Brandon King coming out, and he's been the man of the match so far in this game. For
absolutely agree with that. That was so crucial from Diaz there. A great job from both sides too, the play development, but huge from Diaz to put himself in the way there.
Now corner kick, Watson to take it all the way to the back post, and too high for Uranga, who could not get it onto target. And will be a hydration break, I believe.
So Chris, as we move forward here in this match, how are you feeling thus far?
Well, it's going to be an interesting end to this game. Potros will have to come up with something late. They've been kind of dominating the second half, but not really getting clear chances other than maybe that free kick from Watson, but they need a good opportunity, and they can't waste opportunities like that one from Mbomio.
No, I absolutely agree with that. That's definitely one that needed to hit the back of the net, but needless to say, it's still a lot of football left to be played, and those opportunities are one in a million, and we can certainly find it without issue.
And Asheville doing a good job of controlling this game and managing the game. They've done it since the beginning of the game, very composed with the pressure of Potros and defending well despite the chances that have been gone away, but they need to hold on for another 14 minutes to advance into the next round. The winner of this game will play the winner of Tennessee Tempo and 314 from St. Louis, Missouri, to move into the round of 16, 32 teams. Some other regions have already moved forward into further stages of the playoffs. This Southeast region just getting started this weekend. Both, at this point, any team in this national playoff picture will be 5 games away from a national championship. They've got to get past this one first today. Asheville currently with the advantage. Some tired legs, it seems, as the final minutes of this match arrive. You get at least 2 additional minutes for this stoppage, plus some extra for the one
injury time.
The injury for King.
And Asheville lining up for the goal kick. Wesley Paul reading that bounce over, sends it out quick. That's Engel coming up, trying to catch that loose ball. Looking for someone upstairs, but couldn't find anyone. Barrow. Mistake from Barrow there. Asheville on the ball now.
Adam Spencer getting past Omar Barrow. Trying to find another option. Still Spencer, but this time Barrow's able to get the tackle and took a touch off of Spencer for a Potros throw.
Yeah, great job from Barrow there. To be in the way, stick his leg in the right time.
Looks like Pedro Lima getting ready to enter the match. We'll see who he will replace in a few moments. And Bomio gets his head to it, only as far as an Asheville player. Paul still in the middle. Still with the Asheville player. Now Uranga picks it up. Darinho trying to get Mbomio forward. And Mbomio was offside again. Just straight offside.
Yeah, once again, a good job from the Asheville defense, too. I mean, they've maintained their line really well. They know Mbomio to be one to play a little ahead of the line, try to, catch him on the offside, or not be caught on the offsides. But so far, they've been doing a really good job at reading those.
So Pedro Lima enters the match, will replace Darinho, Mark Bino. Jimmy Lee Noel will now come to this near side, and Lima will play on the far side. Ball played forward. Paul gets up to it. Loose ball played wide to Thompson. Thompson looking to try to get a shot, blocked by Morera. A chance here, Lima on the ball. Lima trying to find Mbomio. Over the top, Hart misheads it, but on the second one is able to control. Still with Hart. Has pressure from Uranga. Now played all the way across here to Noel Diaz. Stanojevic, who now wears the captain armband. Noel Diaz, back to Ruben Diaz.
Yeah, I mean...
Noel winning it back. Uranga. Fouled, but no call. Ball played forward. Here's a chance for Met going 1v1 with Paul. Paul wins it. Can he keep it in play? Verona with him. And it will be a throw-in. And now this is the moments, with 10 minutes remaining plus added time, this is the moments where Asheville will slow the game down. Any opportunity they have, they'll take their time. Ball's back now into play. Thompson, Uranga there to put a tackle and win it back. A missed clearance to the middle. Barrow got his head to the first one, and Engel finally able to clear the second one. Loose ball in the middle. Hart wins it. Barrow up for that one. Now Noel able to bring it down and control. Back to Paul. Paul looking for an option. Has Morera coming forward. It's going to be too central, and Ruben Diaz will pick it up and find Noel Diaz. Stanojevic getting forward. Morera was up. Stanojevic keeps it in play. Stanojevic into the box, cutting back. Paul takes a little bit of a slip, but manages to get his composure and stop any danger.
Great job from Paul there. Jimmy Lee Noel pushing the ball forward, trying to send it. Finds Mbomio.
Great work there. Great work there from Green, coming off his line. Read it extremely well. Mbomio tried to flick it around him. Got his legs, his long legs in the way. Did enough. Two subs remaining for Potros. Looks like Manuel Carrillo will be ready to come in. He's getting final instructions from Frankie Ruiz. Throw in from Morera over Uranga. Now Morera puts it back into the middle. Hart only able to get it wide. And will be a for Potros throw in from a dangerous position. Engel. Going to be looking to put the ball into the box. Looking for Uranga. Uranga heads to the middle. Only to the feet of Asheville. They clear to safety. Paul looking to put it back into a dangerous position. Goes wide to Lima. Lima controls. Lima now into the middle. Uranga. One touch looking for Watson. Now Lima with a chance. Lima shot blocked and will be a corner.
A good effort from Lima there as he took a shot, probably his first one since being on the field. It's going to be a corner here for your Potros. Goal scoring opportunity. Then Buskirk's going to be the one to take it.
It's been almost all Potros this second half. They need the opportunity to put this level. Van Buskirk puts it in the middle. A miscommunication, but cleared in the back post. Back to Engel. Angle looking for a runner. And Bomio on the back. Lets it go for Lima. Still Lima, but mistouches the ball. Will roll out for a throw. Potros will be able to make the sub. This will be Carrillo, the goal scorer from last game. Coming on. Replacing, I believe he replaced Omar Barrow. So a center back for a striker, so they'll go up to 2 strikers.
Giving it everything they got in these final minutes as we approach minute 84, but Asheville through.
What a tackle there from Kwesi Paul.
My goodness. I mean, Kwesi Paul is absolutely untouchable right now in this game as he has saved so many potential goals.
And immediately given away by Verona. Here's Asheville with 4 players forward. Good tackle there from, I believe that's Lima. It'll be a corner. But a mistake there from Cameron Verona to give the ball away so easily. Getting a little bit nervy, just trying to get the ball forward as quick as they can. Need more composure than that. The final 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes plus added time, we'll believe there'll be at least 4 minutes, potentially more.
And Asheville lines up for the corner, takes it. Oh, went for a full volley there. Unable to get it though. Verona's going to be looking. Sends it out long.
Another mistaken punt there, but Noel able to fix it for the time being. Here's Watson. Watson had pressure coming from behind, does well to find Lima. Lima at the edge of the box, looking for a chance to put something dangerous in. Wide to Noel. Noel cross to the back post. Watson, it falls to Mbumio. Shot blocked. Uranga's header blocked as well. Lima with a lunging tackle to get it back in possession to Angle. Angle finding an angle to put a cross in. To Carrillo. Carrillo's header too soft.
Yeah, and I mean, so far, Potros have been dominating, honestly, up until, a few of those blunders prior. But so far, I mean, they've just been right there in the goal mouth, just unable to find the finish, unfortunately. But heavy pressure here. Angle's on the run. Tried to find Carrillo there, but unfortunately ripped. Asheville now on the attack. They have numbers. Only 2 in the back line there against Asheville. Kwesi Paul still trying to beat him. Oh, and how important is that for Moreira to stand there and save the ball with his back there as the goal was open.
And you can see some tired legs from Potros. Uranga and Mbomio were both stretching as that play continued. It opened up the space. Verona just was able to get a touch as they put the cross in, and then the second one blocked by Moreira. And now a throw in from Asheville, down in the corner, looking for Thompson. Uranga continuing to put the pressure. They go all the way back to Pope. And out of bounds for Potros throw. They've got to be careful when putting players forward. They've got to be careful for these counterattacks as we just saw. They've only got 1 sub left for Potros.
Throw-in being taken here by Angle. Angle sends it forward. Able to find Watson. It's going to be a throw-in. Yep.
And now a substitute for Asheville.
And so far, Potros literally on the attack, sending as many people possible as forward without leaving a blatant hole in the back. Kwesi Paul, the only one staying back thus far.
Spencer Woolley came in to replace Adam Spencer. So a Spencer for a Spencer. Paul getting the ball forward, looking for Lima. Pope dealt with it well. Still in possession of Potros from the throw-in. Throwing everything forward as much as they can. And Mbomio heads to the middle. Watson trying to pick it up at the edge of the box. Cleared away. Van Buskirk coming forward, playing it into the corner. Here's Jimmy Lee Noel. Noel plays it off of Diaz. Diaz keeps it in play. Noel back on it. Noel still. Oh, the ball No, the referee missed that one completely. No way was that ball out of bounds. But referee with a quick flag, a little too excited, calls it out of bounds. And now Asheville will try to kill a couple more seconds. Ball to Thompson. Noel back to defend. Plays the ball forward. Newly entered Woolley. With some space. Gets it across to Met. And that's going to be the goal for Asheville. The goal they were looking for on the counter. From a mistake from the referee on that throw-in to give it away, the possession. It's got to be frustrating here tonight for Potros. But Met gets the goal to give Asheville the late 2-goal lead. There's still going to be some time for Potros to try to respond. But the frustration, the free kick in the first half, that was a questionable foul, and then that throw-in. But Potros did not do well enough on the defense. They put everyone forward, did not defend well enough. Noel, the winger, was the one in the midfield putting the pressure. The rest of the midfield was caught out, did not see any other midfielders there, and just allowed Asheville to get in behind. And there's going to be the 2-0 lead for Asheville FC.
Potros still working to find the result here, pushing everyone forward essentially.
Moreira putting a cross in. Oranga not going to get to it. It's too far for him. Cleared by Woolley, who got the assist. Well-managed game by Asheville and Coach Manuel Rodriguez. Watson trying to carry the ball forward. Here's Lima. Watson again. Watson gets tackled off the ball. Van Buskirk now. Wide to Engel. Engel putting the cross in, but blocked. Carrillo gets to it first. Now back across again. Mbomio headed across. Oranga with the bicycle, but not enough control on it. Another opportunity wasted for Potros. They've had the chances. You can't blame them for that. But not able to take advantage in these balls close to goal and just not able to control them because getting too panicked. Long ball played forward. Now to Stanojevic. Trying to put this game to bed. Stanojevic. Cutting across, shot off target.
Looks like we have another substitute coming in for Asheville as well.
Yep, trying to kill more time off the clock with the substitutes. That'll be number 20 coming in. Christian Chavez. Player who's coming off is taking his time. Referee will now go talk to him and try to speed it up. That's going to be Diego Thompson, the one who's replaced. But he's taking his time to get off the field. Paul getting us back underway, putting the ball forward. Oranga trying to get to it, won by Asheville. Second ball still with Asheville, Stanojevic. Good strength from him, but enough from Moreira to put him off. It will be a Potros throw. Stanojevic thought it was a touch. Referee did not agree. Now Asheville clears the ball as high as he can. And they'll try to kill some more time as he'll say that he took the contact. Referee, rightly so, said no. But Asheville player will take advantage and stay down. We're into the 3rd minute of added time. We don't know how much time was added. We expect around 4 or 5 or more.
Wesley Paul taking this ball, sending it out to Engel. Engel pushing forward with Moreira. Apologies, that was Lima.
Back to Lima. Lima looking for the space in the middle. Finds Watson. Watson still with the ball, trying to drive the ball forward. Looking for an option. Gets it back to Lima. Lima looking for a chance to shoot, but that one's going to be off target.
Yeah, just too high there from Lima. Respectable effort nonetheless, though.
We now see 5 minutes we're going to be added. We're currently into the 4th minute of added time, so time running out for Potros. They'll need one very soon if they're going to have a chance to come back in this game. Ball forward to Mbomio. Diaz shielding it well. Ball continues in play. Here's Morera. Morera fouled, but no call. Throw in for Asheville. And I don't think that was a foul. I think Morera was trying to draw the foul. So, a minute remaining. Nearly there for Asheville. And again, we said it at the beginning, the national champions have come out of the Mid-Atlantic Division for the last 2 seasons. They will be looking to try to go all the way this year if they can get past these last couple seconds. Potros, first time in the national playoffs. A valiant effort. Unfortunately, a couple of referee decisions that were questionable might make the difference. But ball still here with Noel. Noel winning it back in the corner. Noel fouled, and that's going to be a foul by Diaz, who's on a card. No card. Don't think a card's going to be issued here. But it will be a free kick for Potros. 30 seconds remaining. If they can get a goal here, they might have one other opportunity from the kickoff. But for sure, this is now or never. They have to score here, or this game is pretty much done.
Yep, absolutely agree with that. Looking like Verona is going to be playing from the half as well.
He's probably thinking about going forward. But again, we'll see how this play continues before we say any comments. But free kick for Van Buskirk. And it's in!
It's in the back of the net.
It was Nazario and Bomio. Gets a late goal, assisted by Spencer Van Buskirk. They might have a few more seconds to play here. They'll have to put the pressure from the kickoff and have to get one more opportunity. And comments from, obviously, Potros pushing for the attack. They let the midfield open, which allowed Asheville to have the counter, but that counter came from a referee mistake on the throw-in. So, of course, we're saying that if Potros was in possession, they would not have been given away possession if that referee decision was not made. So obviously Asheville did very well to play the counter, to take advantage of the opportunities. They give the ball away here. Potros going to try to get the ball in quickly.
And quite frankly, might be the last opportunity given to them. They're going to need to send everything.
Paul carrying the ball forward, trying to get it forward. All the way, Carrillo's header falls to the feet of Jimmy Lee Noel. Good defense there from Diaz once again.
And that's a corner here. Goal scoring opportunity, everyone being sent.
And this time Verona will go forward.
This is going to be absolutely everything here. They've been really close before, especially from corners. So we're going to need a really good corner here to potentially see something.
Carrillo on the corner. Paul! Second ball! Won by the keeper, Green. Excellent work there from Green.
And it was so close to seeing the back of the net there. We're going to have another corner for your
that's the final whistle given by the referee there.
Oh my goodness.
Unfortunate there at the end. So the game called. Unhappy from Potros, but Asheville FC will be continuing in this playoffs. Unfortunate there. And again, the referee decisions unfortunately made the difference. Asheville did extremely well to take advantage of them. The free kick in the first half, the counterattack from that throw-in that was mistakenly called. Potros had also opportunities to finish the game. They had so many chances right in front of the goal where they were not able to control the ball, not able to make good contact on the ball. And that's what's really going to be haunting them more than the referee decisions is going to be those chances that they had.
Yeah, 100%. You know, definitely multiple occasions for the Potros to find the back of the net, but honestly, probably nerves getting to them. You know, this is the first time that Potros have made it to the national playoffs. So, you know, respect and valiant effort to them. We are extremely grateful to all the viewers at home that have been with us throughout this entire journey.
And again, just came down to the last play. Potros not able to get the result today. Asheville, an extremely well-coached team. You can see technically very skilled. So we wish them the best of luck as they continue in the national playoffs. But we've got to be proud of this Potros team for the season that they put together this year.
100%.
They started a little bit slow at the beginning. Frankie Ruiz was able to get this team together. The mentality of this team has been extremely strong throughout the season. Today was just not the day that they needed, but a very good season, a historic season, records broken, new standards set, new expectations going forward. And we thank everyone who came along with us on this journey. We will hope to be back in the next season and competing once again. Frankie Ruiz will hopefully be able to continue with Potros and continue to build off of this season. But for now, we will call it here. We will leave you with the final scenes on the field and Potros FC YouTube channel. And again, apologies for those who were with us in the first half on the technical difficulties. We're happy to have brought you the second half without any issues. And we will be back next season. Thank you.